Hello and welcome to this very special show, Diwali Dhamaka Duo. I'm Shraddha Kapoor. With me is none other than the big bull himself, Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. So we're celebrating Naya Saal, Nayi Shuruaat at ET now. So what are your hopes from the new year?
My hopes are happiness, contentment, satisfaction. Every year I pray to God that keep me happy, keep me satisfied, keep me contented. Wealth and success is temporary and transient. It may come and it may go. But I don't think that is the source of what we should pray and ask. What I would like to pray to God is make me contented, give me happiness, not envy others, treat others well. God give me the power to do that. That is what I tell God every year.
And for something like this, coming from you, that you would say that it's all about the little things in life, these basic things in life, and it's amazing that you're wanting these things for this new year. That's beautiful. And for me, for as long as I can remember, it's been a dream for me to be an actress. And
it's the dream for me to have become a large equity investor.
I was just going to ask you that has it always been a dream for you? Please tell me about that as well.
No, but Shraddha, dreams are dreams. Human psychology should learn to accept defeat. In the Gita it is written that effort is ours, the result is his. So as long as I made the right effort and I have not succeeded, it's okay. It's better to have tried and failed and not tried and failed. So I'm not, I won't say that I'm God, I am so, powerful that defeat or doesn't affect me in a certain manner. But the effect is for 2 minutes. Naya gilli, naya dog. The world is ocean, pick up another drop of water. So I don't get permanently or ever for, 3 or 2, get a setback mentally. Something I desire doesn't happen.
Wow. So do you feel fearless? Do you feel...
I fear of 3 things. My dad said, always fear of God. Wife, you will fear with time. And third, fear your deeds. अपने कर्म क्या है उससे डरना है ना. If we behave well in a responsible manner, what is there to be afraid of?
That's so true.
So I fear only 3 things. God, because there is a Lord Almighty. We must bow over him. I don't know whether his name is Krishna, Shiva, Allah, Christ, Buddha, whatever, Mahavir. Yes. But I must say there is a stronger force in the life, greater than me. Wife, so you are not married, you will learn in time. And third thing is, see, whatever can be done to me is by my deeds.
Right.
So I should be very careful of what I am doing. Like suppose someone is fighting, I go take a knife, I get killed. I should be aware, no, I could get killed. So whatever the deeds that you do depend on what you are and what can be done to you.
Absolutely. I'm also a big believer of karma and karam, and I really always hope that that my deeds are what goes around comes around. What you give out there comes back to you. Your deeds talk about will reflect on what happens with you also. So I also really try to make sure that I hope I'm not unintentionally hurting anybody.
No. See, but one thing is important. The biggest duty God has given to us is to propagate mankind. If humans don't propagate mankind, the humans will be extinct, right?
Yes.
So that is the greatest responsibility to do. And second thing is, by our deeds, we set our sample to the next generation. So the most important thing in life is give a demonstration of the deeds that you use to reach your means.
Yeah.
So therefore, we have to be careful that people take it low. And there is no greater joy in life when you see that bundle of joy. There is no joy, there is no love, there is no mother when you see that bundle of joy.
Wow.
And God has given us a duty. Japan will get extinct. The moment you have less than 2 children per woman in the society, the population declines. So they are going to deeper. And see, giving is not a duty. The giver of wealth is all God. You don't think you are Shraddha Kapoor and I am Rakesh, we are successful, we are this.
No.
Right? We have made effort.
Yes.
We had luck, but it is because He chose. He casts a duty upon us that some part of it be used for good social cause. And that giving is not charity, it's your contribution as a human.
Absolutely.
I feel like that.
Absolutely. It's so amazing that you're saying this because I feel like coming from you, the fact that, you think this way, the fact that you believe in these things, I think that all of us are so privileged, even to be here in this room, and we are the privileged ones. So if we can do something, to help people who need it, be the voice of the voiceless, I think that kind of, what else are we here for, right? So I hope that I can always try and remember that. I really, really hope I can.
It's no question of remembering, it's a question of feeling, which ingrains into you. My father ingrained it to me. This idea that you must give to society selflessly is his idea. He was not bothered how much money I earned every year. He only asked us how much money you wanted every year.
Oh my God, how beautiful is that? Wow.
So you are from Jamuna Varanasi?
Yes, I am.
So you are the quintessential Juhu girl.
I am born and brought up in Juhu.
But you have done varied things, played handball, and studied psychology.
Yes.
What led you? I think psychology is the greatest challenge of the 21st century. So you played handball and you were a sportsman. And then you went to, how was Chicago? Cold, winter?
I went to Boston, but
very
yes,
cold.
So cold, my God. I remember when winter would kick in and the snow would be like knee deep. So when I'd get out of my dorm room, suddenly dhap karke my foot would go down and it's like, okay, I wish I wore boots today. And there would be days when I wouldn't want to get out of bed and it wouldn't get bright only outside. So I'd miss home so much because Bombay weather, warm, humid, ghar ka khana, being at home. But I think that was one of the most amazing experiences. I am so grateful to my parents to send me abroad because I feel like what that also did for me is it made me meet people from all over the world.
It gave you exposure.
And I was staying in a dormitory and I had a roommate. I was connecting with the most basic habits. I was washing my own clothes. I was taking care of my own food. I was on an allowance, a very strict allowance by my parents as well. So I think that also took me out of my comfort zone. I was not treated like an actor's daughter or coming from a film family or anything. Nobody knew, nobody cared. And it was really beautiful to have that experience.
You came back to India and Bollywood?
I came back. I came back after my first year. And then after I came back, I came home. And I was like, I miss my family too much. I miss them so much. And then I was like, then I asked my dad, I was like, Bapu, is it okay if I don't go back? He was like, what? So you don't want to complete college? So I was like, no, is that okay? So he was like, see, think about what you want to do. And you want to be at home, you must be at home and, pursue what you want to. So my parents were very supportive. When I said that, I don't want to go back, and I told them that I want to try to get into films. So then I was actually very pleasantly surprised that they were very supportive about it. It was really
fathers
nice.
are, I have only one princess, daughters are princes, yeah.
How nice of you to say that. And I feel like I've been so empowered by my family. And that is just so, it gives you that fuel to believe in your dreams, go and pursue fearlessly what you like to, of course with your head bowed down. So yes, very, very blessed to have a support system.
It's hard work.
It's hard work.
People think it's so easy, I can't bear the lights on my face.
And it does seem like, you know, because people just see us in front of the camera and they judge your films over a weekend and nobody really processes कि अच्छा इसमें शायद 200 दिन गए होंगे शूट के या 100 दिन गए होंगे. It's all about a weekend. It's all about how they like the film. If they don't like it, that's it. Nobody goes to the theaters to watch it. And then it doesn't matter how many days you've put into the film. So yes, it's a responsibility to make sure to make a good film to entertain people.
So what are your hobbies?
So I love being in front of the camera. It's something that...
Work is worship.
Absolutely. And aside from that as well, I really enjoy watching movies. I enjoy reading. I enjoy doodling as well. Although I feel like my doodles are absolutely amateurish, and my paintings as well, which it's like therapy. I'll just paint sometimes. I love traveling also. I feel like nature is very, very soothing and very...
This is the best place you have been to?
Bestest place, I would say, off the top of my head right now, I love Ladakh. Ladakh is so beautiful. The mountains and just...
You have shot there?
No, I went on a holiday there. I went on a chutti there, and it was beautiful amongst the mountains. Didn't want to come back, but then it was a little cold also. So I was like, okay, time to go home.
We had a lot of friends from school, from Jamnabai, Narseh, and...
So I left from Jamnabai. My parents decided to shift me to the American School of Bombay, which is a IB diploma. So I shifted to the IB program. And so I left in the 9th. So aisa nahi tha ki I did my boards and everything and I went. So I left in the 9th, and I am in touch with my friends who were with me from nursery.
Really?
Yes. From nursery, and from my friends from the American school as well. And Boston, a couple of them, because I was there for a year. So just a few of them as well. But I have, most of my friends are my childhood friends.
And a lot of busy social life or no time?
I'm more of a homebody, I'll be very honest. And I enjoy spending time with family a lot. At home, with home food.
I met you at Amir's birthday party.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
You were on the balcony.
Ah, right, of course. That was a few years ago. Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
What does money mean to you?
Oh. So I must share this with you, that I would also want to know what money means to you, of course. But I remember when I just started earning, and I was in Boston and I worked at a coffee shop. It was a Starbucks coffee. I was very slow at making coffee. So then I had to shift to the sandwich store, sandwich shop next door, because I enjoyed that more. I enjoy food a lot. So I got my first paycheck from there, and I told my dad that, Dad, this is my first paycheck. And he told me something which I try to remind myself every day as much as I can. He said that when I made my first 10,000 rupees, I connected with every note I counted, and I kept saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I rolled it up, I tied it up, and I put it under my pillow, and I slept. And he told me, he was like, remember, no matter how much money you earn, no matter how much you feel you may have, no matter how much you feel, okay, you've made a lot of money or you have less money, he's like, you have to value 1 rupee, 50 paisa, and you have to value 10,000 rupees exactly the same way. And he said that don't take it for granted. So I try to do that as much as I can. So I feel like money is something that we need to lead our lives. Money is something that we can share as well. Money is something that we must respect and value.
It gives you independence.
Oh, absolutely. It gives you so much
independence. If you
independence.
are on your own, you are not dependent on anybody. And which are the favorite movies of yours, all-time favorites?
All-time favorites, absolute all-time favorites would be Pyasa, Guru Dutt ji, I'm a huge fan of his films. Then Andaz Apna Apna, super fun comedy, all-time favorite comedy film. And I also love Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam. Beautiful film.
But we are from a younger, elder generation. I also love Guru Dutt films.
Oh my
The
goodness.
pain that is,
Absolutely.
you know, that's also movies he made across generations.
Yes.
The Kimna producer made a movie in 1945 and then made a movie in 1977. And then amongstly successful.
Absolutely. And even Prem Rog is one of my most favorite films. And I remember while growing up when I watched Prem Rog, I used to watch my aunt Padmini ji and I used to just be like, my God. And I used to try to imitate her. And, you know, so I think I'm her #1 fan at home only, in awe of her.
How many children she has?
She has one son.
She is married to Mr. Sharma, no?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So, I want to know something from you.
Please.
That how much do you talk to your kids about investing and
See, we had children late. I'm 62, my daughter is 18.
Okay.
And my twin sons are 12.
Okay.
And Shraddha, my feeling in life is, see, success is not happiness. A person has passion in what he does, on what he or she wants. And a person does well in what he or she has passion. So my children are young, I don't need them to be investors. Right? They should do in life what they would like to do. And they're still at an impressionable age. So I have no dreams that, you know, my son will be better investor than me, or that he should earn money only, or, you know, he should do business only. Wants to be outside, be outside. He wants to be a pianist, be a pianist. Let him do what he has passion. All the way, my younger one is interested in stock markets. If he is interested, I'll trade. If the elder one is not interested, I want to leave him to himself. Their life is their life. And we cannot achieve ourselves through them. And we have to respect human right, human choice. We are given birth to them doesn't mean that we are control freaks.
Right.
As long as they are integral, respectful citizens, do things in the correct manner, I am happy if they do anything. Their father has provided a lot of wealth for them. They will never have problem for wealth. Allah, hopefully. So, I don't, you know, but my younger fellow is very interested, so I take him sometimes. But it's not that I want to do it. He's interested, so I take him.
Right. Absolutely. And I mean, what we were talking about earlier, you know, that you said that the basic things in life like happiness and the little joys of life that they say, I'm sure that those gems that they'll be getting from you are priceless. Those are...
Actually, and the mother is she keeps them on the toes. And they can't sleep without the mother.
Oh.
I sleep, my younger son says, Zika sleeps, in another bed the fourth son says. They are so close.
I'm also very, I need to see my mom, I need to see my dad. I need to, like, I've been shooting and I need to speak to them every day. And I need to get at least on a video call. So I understand, I can try to understand that feeling. Absolutely can. And so I am, you know, I don't know anything about stocks at all. And I'm sure you must be asked this so many times, you know, about like, where should someone start? How can I, as a beginner, start off my journey? How do I know which stocks that I should?
Shraddha, it's a professional job. Suppose today I tell you, buy ABC share. You buy it, you forget it, forget about it, I forget, I tell you, something changes, share goes up, then it goes down. Who is there to monitor it? So you have to blank that, see, whatever wealth you have, suppose you have 100 rupees. You want to buy a house. You want to buy some jewelry. You want to buy some money, you want to interest, you have regular income. And a certain portion you put in stocks. And I think you should put in stocks. Because I think stocks will give 15 to 20% return and the rate of tax is 12%.
Right.
Over a period of 5-7 years.
So I'm a newborn investor, and I've invested in this makeup brand called MyGlam. So what would you say, what is your opinion about the boom in the startup world?
See, I'll make it into two parts. See, the most important area of any business is the demand for it. And the amount of makeup, grooming people, ladies are spending now, just goes through the roof as prosperity comes. So I think the opportunity is humongous, unlimited. Now, Nykaa is well set. There are always players, there is always place for other players. So I think it's a good, see, I cannot tell you anything until I know what size it is, what are the financials, what are the plans. But in general, I would say it's a very good field.
Okay.
Especially in urban, semi-urban, rural areas, ladies are really making, and if you have, give beauty products at reasonable prices,
Right.
there will be a lot of demand.
Okay.
And cost of retailing is low.
Yes.
Retail में तो Lakme में लेके जाएगा, he'll take 20%, 25% margin.
Okay.
It's a good idea.
It's a good idea.
I endorse it.
Yay, I'm happy to know that. And it feels great because I feel like, as a newborn investor, I feel like there's a personal connect, like beyond just being a brand ambassador for something. Of course, even when you're endorsing,
Passion, there is passion.
there is passion, and I also feel like I'm involved. They also ask me, they ask me that, what do you think about this product, or what kind of product do you think we should make? What are your favorite products, So I feel like it's an extension of who I am. So I have my fingers and toes crossed, and I hope that people also love using
So you
it.
procure all the material in market.
Sorry.
The lotions and whatever.
Yes,
You procure them.
Yes, absolutely. So makeup and lotions and
Nobody procure them rather than making them. You buy it from outside and sell it.
no. We produce them ourselves.
Really?
So absolutely. So Darpan Sangvi is heading it, and when he told me that he wanted me on board, I think also there's an energy of a person as well. So if you even connect with someone as a person and you feel like your energies match, I think that also takes your association to another level as well.
So do you have a lot of time to it now?
Do I give absolutely as much as I can, because I feel it's my brand, and I feel like,
I can see the twinkles in your eye when you talk about it.
and it's so new for me to do something like this, and it's my brand, and it literally feels like MyGlam. The brand is called MyGlam, and it feels like my brand, and to be that involved in it, to use their products, to be the face of it, and to be an investor is a very, very special journey. So thank you so much. I've really
What about your cooking? You cook?
enjoyed this. I have cooked a little bit, and I've cooked when I wasn't shooting for anything. So I've cooked a few years ago. I remember cooking. I can cook basic things. I can cook eggs in different ways. I can cook pasta with a simple tomato sauce, flavored tomato sauce. I can cook
You can cook. If you're on an island, you can manage to cook. No?
Then I'll manage to survive, definitely. Then I'll definitely manage to survive. And I also feel like cooking is such an art. And
You're taking the word out of the mouth.
it's...
Markets and cooking, they can't be taught, they have to be learned.
Oh.
Learned by experience.
Oh my God. So you have to keep at it. Keep at it.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. So much to know from you, and so much to ask you and learn from you. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.